fun day, Sunday. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, folks, and thank you guys for watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Monday through Friday at noon, coming to you live on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, on the Mo Carrara Facebook page. We're coming live to you from LinkedIn. We're coming live to you from X. We're coming live to you from YouTube. We are coming to you live from Ocean's Pit Facebook page. It's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Today is Friday, October 10th, and man, fall, it's my favorite time of year. I love it. Spring and, of course, fall. But I love winter, too, because I was born in December. But today is going to be a great show. First of all, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, the men and women in the military, and let's not forget our veterans who fought for our country, making it great again. And thank you all, especially you wonderful people, for watching the show today. My guest today, coming up at about 12:15, is my good friend Lisa Marie, one an incredible vocalist for a band called Reckless. And she's also sings backup in the Pink Floyd tribute. And she's been in the music business for a long time. So she'll be joining us a little later in the show. But we got a great show lined up for you today. So Ace Hardware, where's my good friends from Seventh Heaven? Take us in, boys. Ocean's Pit. Yeah, that's a great one. Thank you, Dino. Of course, used to be in Seventh Heaven. Of course, Richie from Seventh Heaven with that great intro. Hey, guys, Ocean's Pit. It's another day. Boy, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of fun today on Friday, and I hope you guys are getting ready to get into that weekend. But before we start any of that stuff, let's talk about business. We're talking about Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. That's right. They got a lot of great stuff going on right now. Buy two and get one free. Select First Alert Smoke CO2 detectors. That's right. And buy three and get one free. Ace Basic Pleated Furnace Filters. All your great deals at Ace Hardware. And get ready to winterize your stuff, folks. It's very important of stuff that you need to do to get stuff put away so it doesn't get damaged when you take everything out back in the spring again. And also, let's not forget about all the spooky Halloween stuff, decorations that Ace has for you. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Ace is a proud sponsor of the Tony Ocean Show, Ocean's Pit, and the proud sponsor of the Tony Ocean Float, Columbus Day Float, this Monday, October 13th. All right, so, boy, what do we got to talk about? So much stuff. I want to thank everybody that showed up last night to a brand new venue called Shea Hotel. It's in beautiful Arlington Heights. It's on the rooftop of the hotel. Now, in the summer, the whole fucking top comes down, and it's just gorgeous. But the crowd was great. I want to thank you all for coming out last night. They even had about 25 cancellations because of the Cubs playoffs. That's one of the reasons why I hate Chicago teams. And you guys, if you're entertainers, you kind of understand. We would have had almost a full house last night, but we lost 25% of the people because they stayed home and watched the playoffs. So as long as the Chicago teams are winning, when you're in the bar business, you're screwed, no matter who you are. You know what I mean? So, anyway, congratulations to the Chicago Cubs, of course, beating the Milwaukee Brewers, tying the season 2-2, the series. And now they play Saturday for either they win or they lose. And I'll admit it, my Yankees got outplayed by the Toronto Blue Jays. They got outplayed. They beat themselves. Case closed. And Milwaukee beat themselves yesterday. The Cubs were just better that day. But now they're going back to Milwaukee So we'll have to see what happens there. Anyway, tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. That's an 8 o'clock hit with Double T Tony Toto. Tomorrow we'll be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy with Tony Ocean and the main event band, Double T Tony Toto, Danny Ramundi, and Jumpin' Jerry Jams. Sunday we'll be at St. Stephen Deacon Church in Tinley Park with Ocean's Rat Pack. That show is sold out this Sunday. And Monday, we'll be on the Tony Ocean again for the 5th year in a row, the Tony Ocean float for the Columbus Day Parade on State Street. That's going to be a lot of fun, folks, and we can't wait till that happens this Monday on Columbus Day on the 13th. Let's see who's watching. Isabella Teach in the house. I haven't seen Isabella in a while. Why, Teach? I hope you're doing well. Albert, Ryan Lewis, Kathy, Dennis, Lake Geneva, Ken, hey, what's up, Ken Radar? California's in the house, hanging and banging. Tony O. We got New England in the house today. Get up for Richard Hamlin. What's up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Florida's in the house. We have Indianapolis, Minneapolis, and say hello to Cleveland, Ohio, home of Eric Carmen, the greatest singer-songwriter of all time. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. All right, so where do we go? Where do we go? Thank you, President Donald Trump, bringing back Columbus Day. Now, you're going back in history. There's a lot of, when you mention Columbus, of course, there's a bunch of different stories. But look, for me, there's Mary Grievous. How you doing, Mary? And since I got you here, let's take care of Mary right now, too. Let's get a sponsor, since Mary's watching again today, and she's watching right now. So let's get her, let people know about our good friend, Mary Grievous. You're talking about Mary Grievous. That's right. Real estate at its finest. Don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent, M. Grievous at StarkRE.com. Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. Available to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. Give her a call at 630-688-1725 or go to mgrievous at StarkRE.com. That's right, folks. And when you talk about real estate, you got to talk about Mary Grievous with NTD Vacations. That's right. It's Mary Grievous and Richie from Seventh Heaven, NTD Vacations. And we're talking about the Chicago Music Cruise number 3. Now, Richie and the boys have been doing it for 20 years. This is my 3rd one, and I'm proud to say I'm back with these boys again. March, it's going to happen this year, coming up. It's coming up January 17th to January 25th. It's the MSC World America. It's a brand new ship. Woo! It's 7 nights, Western Caribbean cruise, Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Ocean Cay, which is a private island owned by World America. It's going to be great. Tony Ocean and the main event band, and of course, Seventh Heaven, the number 1 band in the city of Chi-Town. And we're just honored to be back. It's going to be a lot of fun. First of all, go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com and say you want to go put in Tony Ocean, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and say, I want to go on the ocean with Ocean, and come and join the party. Now, it looks like maybe Tuesday we might be doing a live remote. Me and Richie, I'm waiting for the thumbs up. So we're going to do a live Tony Ocean show at night. We're trying to get a Tuesday night show, if possible. But we'll see. So we can talk a little bit about the difference between Royal Caribbean and, of course, the MSC World America and all the good stuff that's gone with this brand new ship. So a lot of fun cruising. Who doesn't want to cruise when you're all freezing your asses off here in January? All right, Lisa Marie will be coming up very shortly from Reckless is in the house. I want to thank Carol Brandolino yesterday for Twisted Tuesday, the show Toxic Thursday. She'll be back on Tuesday. Also want to thank my wife Laura for showing up last night at Shea Hotel, and all you guys for coming. Thank you, Double T, Tony Toto. Great job. I want to thank Mary and Mike, the staff over there. Great hotel. It's just a great venue to play. So it was very cool. All right. Like I said, Donald Trump bringing back Columbus Day. So thank you, Donald Trump. I want to wish happy 4-year wedding anniversary to Mike and Tracy. Good, clean, fun. And of course, to have the Taylor Swift experience that's traveling all over the country. Wow. They're doing a great job with that show. And my good friend, we're going to actually try to put this. We've been trying to put this band together for about 4 years. Me, Mike, and Tracy. This thing called AM Radio Gold, and we're working on trying to get this thing rolling too. So be looking forward to that. So happy 4 years. Me and my wife Laura were at their wedding in Florida. So 4 years. Congratulations, you guys, and keep doing what you're doing, and that's what's important. All right, so. Man, October 10th, 1989 was the last episode of American Bandstand with Dick Clark. When you seen Dick Clark when I was growing up as a kid, this guy never looked like he got any older. He looked the same from the 50s as he did into the 80s, right? Even when he was doing commercial, I go, this guy doesn't get old. But the great American Bandstand, when all the singers lip sync, used to play your favorite song. I remember seeing a lot of my favorite acts on there, but I remember the Bees. Tommy Holland used to be with the Boys from Chicago, and he got with Mike DeFoy and the Boys and the Bees. They didn't even have an album out yet. They were the only band ever to be on American Bandstand without a record deal. The record deal came out after they were on the show. Get Up, Get Angry, great album. And the Bees, Tommy Holland, one of the great male vocals in the Chicago and Midwest area, the great Tommy Holland. So that's what I remember also on American Bandstand. Wow. Very, very interesting. National Taco Day for all you taco lovers out there. Woo! Also, we'll say prayers to Dolly Parton. Supposedly her sister posted something that she's got some health issues, but I guess she's doing well. So thank you for Dolly Parton doing well, because we love Dolly, man. Whether you're a country fan or not, I always love Dolly Parton. And, of course, Ace Frehley, the original guitar player, the Ace Man, the Star Man with Kiss, was also having some health issues. Well, everybody getting older now, folks, so it's going to happen. But Ace is doing well, and he's ready. And they're talking about an Ace Kiss reunion with all 4 original members. It would be interesting to see if they did it. I'm excited if they did. What I'm excited about, too, Pete Rose could be eligible for the Hall of Fame. The Major League Baseball put him in along with Shoeless Joe Jackson. I know that people still think that Pete Rose does not belong in the Hall of Fame. But you know what? I think he paid his dues. I think everyone deserves a second chance. And here in the United States, we give second, third, fourth chances. Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame. Shoeless Joe Jackson belongs in the Hall of Fame. No one's going to ever be able to beat or even match Pete Rose's hitting record. And what Pete Rose did for Major League Baseball, Charlie Hustle belongs in the Hall of Fame. And now that he's passed away, now that he's gone, they'll probably put him in the Hall of Fame just so he didn't have to see it. They waited for him to pass away. That's what I believe. He did his time. Pete Rose. My opinion only. All right, so it's about that time. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the weather now, because once Lisa comes on, I don't want to interrupt anybody. So let's get right to the weather right now, folks. That's right, the JRC Ace Hardware Minute, brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local. The weather today for Friday, October 10th, it's 60 degrees out there, 58% humidity out there, folks, 9-mile-an-hour winds. We got a 20% chance of rain around between 5 and 6 p.m. It's a little breezy out there, but fall is in the house, everybody. That's right. That's the Ace Minute, brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Minute. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. All right, it's time, folks, to bring on my guest for today. She's been on the show before. Female rock and roll singer, of course, from the band Reckless, 70s, 80s, 90s. She does all the great stuff. Powerful voice. Lisa Marie in the house.
Hello.
How you doing, hon?
Good, good.
Nice to have you back on the show. First of all, how are you doing? Where are you at? South side, north side, west side? Where do you live? What part are you at?
South side.
South side of Chicago.
I'm a north sider that went south.
What happened?
I'm a north sider that went south. Galewood Park, and then we went south and didn't come back. So
You came back to the South Side. There you go. There you are. Patrice, former Chicago Honey Bear. Eric Todd. Yes, we did lose John Lodge, one of the actual original members of the Moody Blues, did pass away. Great guy. I remember meeting him at the Arcada. Eric, I hope you're doing well, brother. You and your son. Happy birthday, or your son graduated or something. I know something happened to your son. So happy birthday with that, brother. Larry, Carol, Ryan, just want to make sure I didn't say Dave, Boyd. That's rotten. It's a personal thing. All right, we're ready. Boyd's ready to attack today, but that's all right. That's why I love the guy. Everybody's saying hello to Lisa. Very cool. Lisa, what's going on with Reckless?
Just playing. We're playing shows. Summer's over. I wish we had more outdoor shows though, because love playing outside. I would rather play outside.
Let me ask you something. Really, when it's 110 out there with that humidity,
okay, well,
that's tough.
I take it back. So one festival we did was during that really hot weekend, and I thought my life was over. I'm on the fifth song and I see spots in front of my eyes and I'm like, oh God, I'm done. And then my legs got numb and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna faint. And it was like, I don't know, the sun was setting on us. It was like 100 out. People in the audience had no shirts on. Well, the women did, but so it was, yeah, that was.
Sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. It depends who it is. Yes.
I just like outside, I wish we had more clubs with like some outdoor area and it would be great. So
yeah, absolutely. Interesting. Danny Mazzi's watching. Danny, my good friend from Armando Supermarkets, buy local, shop local, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Sprout, sponsor of Ocean's Pit and the Columbus Day Float this Monday. Step up, Captain. Reckless. Okay, so here's the question I was going to ask. You also sing for a Pink Floyd tribute. Are you a Pink Floyd fan?
I am. The band is Eclipse Chicago, and I do their background vocals for about 2 years. And yeah, they're a very good band, very talented. They've got a girl drummer, so we gotta love girl drummers.
That's pretty cool. Very cool. I like that. Pink Floyd, I never got into. There's certain those progressive bands for me, I never got into, but they're huge. I mean, there's 4 or 5 tribute bands out there. Echoes of Pompeii, I think, are from Europe. But these guys, I mean, and that's one of the 2 things we're going to talk about. Very important, since I have a musician entertainer on the show. Lisa, in your opinion, what do you think the worst decade in music? Now, since we're both in the same, probably close to the same age, I think. 50s, we didn't grow up to it, but 50s, 60s, I loved. 70s, I really loved. 80s, fantastic. I lost it. When grunge took over, I lost it.
I like some.
Lisa, wait, I stopped listening to the radio after when grunge took over. What's your opinion?
Same thing. I like some grunge, just some. But after the late 90s, it was done. It was done. I can't. You can listen to one song by INXS. You listen to one song, and I mean, INXS was earlier, but it just kind of was going in that direction. Like I don't know. I can't seem to find music. When you've got bands like Aerosmith and Journey and Styx, and I mean, even like looking at Chicago, when you look and see how much they put into their music, what it takes for those musicians to play what they played, I don't know. I don't think that there's any comparison to what they're doing. What they're doing now is it's absolutely like now. Oh no, now forget it. I think the Foo Fighters tried to bring it back and they're just not hit. They're great.
No, because the people don't want it. The people don't want it, not the younger generation. I agree with you 100%. And I just never understood that. And we'll talk also about Taylor Swift, for instance, right now, who's just destroying the charts of everything this woman puts out, or this girl puts out, this woman puts out. But yeah, I mean, I don't get it. Even when country, I like old country. You give me any old country, I'll listen to. But that stuff in the 2000s when it just became pop country, and everybody had the same fucking cowboy hat, and they all had the same jeans, and they all fucking sounded the same. I just never understood all that. So why do they even still call it country? I mean, even some of the country artists are pissed off that they're calling it country.
Yeah, I think that like the new country is, it just kind of all sounds the same. So that's one of my biggest things is I can't stand when the bands come out and they just keep sounding the same as another band. So there was a song that we were talking about doing. I can't remember the name of it, and it's a country song, and we're playing it, and I'm like, okay, like that's in your face, like that's a Beatles song, like that, you know, you could hear the stuff that they're taking from other musicians, and I don't know, I don't think that it holds any water at all. Like the new stuff, it just doesn't hold anything, and I don't know, I don't know. I don't know if there's any good artists out there anymore that are playing any decent songs. It's all the same. Like they sound the same as the next song.
Yeah, and you know, I think a
And
lot of this AI stuff now that's coming out. I was mentioning yesterday on the show that they have an actress now called Lily. I forgot her name. She was on the Lily Tomlin or something. I don't know what her name was, but she's AI. She's not even real, and she has an agent, and she's going to be in movies, but she's not real.
oh yeah, I know. Totally. Like, so there's a new app that came out just recently, and the app will allow you to record a song. So it'll take any song and put your voice. All you do is say one sentence, and it puts your voice in the entire. So what's going to happen when there's? I mean, like, think about it. Like that. Just there's not no.
It's screwed up. It's completely screwed up. Here you go. Taylor Swift song, All Too Well, brand new. It's going to be the top 5 best song in the last 21st century.
Oh my God, I can't.
Taylor Swift's new record breaks the record for Adele's biggest album opening in U.S. history. Lisa, she sold more records than any other female vocalist. Please tell me.
No.
How
So
against Ann Wilson, Diana Ross, Barbra Streisand, Stevie Nicks. I mean, the list goes on. Joan Jett. The list goes on and on. Patsy Cline, Dolly Parton, Cher, Cyndi Lauper, Pat Benatar. How can this happen? Even when we were young and we had the Bay City Rollers didn't sell more records than, or NSYNC, I mean, NSYNC or New Kids on the Block or any of that kind of shit. Why? Why this woman? Is she talented in your opinion?
I say the same exact thing. Like, so I said to somebody, I says, well, I guess I shouldn't say anything because no matter what I say, if I say something negative about somebody doing something well, that's just sour grapes on my end. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at that and you go, okay, well, I guess somebody likes this girl. And if I just sit there and, you know, I don't understand it. I don't understand how you could compare. I don't understand how you could compare this to Ann Wilson. And the only thing I'm thinking is that the new generation. So this is what I always talk about, like America. America's how old, right? So when everybody was coming here, they were all blue collar workers, and the blue collar workers produced some white collar workers, and now those white collar workers are producing only white collar workers. That's why we don't have any electricians, and we hope that stops. But, and I think that that's a part of it, is that all that progression goes forward, and then they have all this money to buy tickets to the show, that because these little kids want to go to a show. I mean, how many times did you go to a concert when you were 13 and 12 and whatever? We didn't.
Yeah, parents didn't buy us tickets back then when we were kids. Uh-oh. We lost you. Hold on. Let's bring her back on. Hold on. Lost you for a second. Lost Lisa here. Hold on. She's back. She's back. You're absolutely right, Lisa. We were kids. We had a fight. We had a fight to get concerts. Our parents would take us to concerts when we were kids.
Right. So now they're filling the seats. They're filling the seats because the parents can afford to send them. So they're filling the seats. that way, and they're buying. They're number one because the parents can afford it, whereas our parents couldn't afford it. So I don't know. Does that answer why it's a number one album? Not really, but
I don't know. Right now, she's getting a lot of slack, according to my daughter, because she's a big Swiftie. She's getting a lot of slack. A lot of people do not like her. Even her own fans do not like the record. And I asked why. And my daughter, Gianna, says her early stuff is more like poetry. And this new stuff is just all like AI put together. I mean, now she's mocking God when she's supposed to be all this pure thing. And a lot of people say she's does stuff with the devil and all this crap. Who the hell knows? But I know she, like a lot of people are saying, Boyd, a lot of people are saying she's in her own lane. She's definitely in her own lane.
Oh, definitely in her own. Big in her own lane.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and she can buy Kanye West, or how you pronounce that right? Kanye?
Kanye, yeah.
Yeah, she can buy him and still have $700 million left over. He's worth $400 million. She's worth $1.1 billion.
And again, why is it they make their money off of people purchasing on Spotify, or I think that's how they do it. So again, it's because the younger generation, you've got 10 and 11-year-olds that are able to buy it through mom and dad's money.
You push the button on Spotify.
I mean, am I thinking right? Like, because I can't explain why would she beat out Ann Wilson? I mean, why would she beat out Pat Benatar? Why would she beat out any of these in sales? Because I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's my theory, is that there's more money divided to younger children, and that's why they can afford it. Because there are some older Swifties, I get it, but the majority of the crowd is teenagers.
Yeah.
So they're
you know what? And as she gets older, we'll see what happens. If she gets older, doesn't matter. Maybe her fans will still follow her when she gets older, because things change. I know when one of my favorite bands growing up was the Bay City Rollers. I was crazy about these guys. And as you get, I still listen to them. But I mean, to the point where you find that band, you kind of grow up and you kind of grow out of it. I don't know if these Swiftie fans are going to grow out of it. And you know what? I got to give her kudos for doing what she's doing. I mean, but I just don't understand it. It's just like grunge.
I
don't understand it.
Like sour grapes. If I sit there and say, am I jealous? You know, it would be like a local band. If a local band's doing better than my band, and they're doing better, how is it I sit there and say something about them? That's just, well, maybe I would wish I was doing better than they were doing. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing on a national level. You're just
on a national level.
You got to say, cool, or okay, you did something right.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Doesn't mean we like it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Lisa Marie from Reckless is here with us, folks, today, talking about tribute acts. Are you you do covers and stuff, and you work for the Pink Floyd thing? Are you happy with these tribute acts? Because these tribute acts now are taking over everything, and they have for many years now. But here's what I have a problem with tribute acts. When they do their promotion, it's a picture of the real fucking band. It's the picture of the real fucking artist. It's not the guy that looks like Johnny Cash. It's Johnny Cash. It's not the band that looks like Tom Petty. It's Tom Petty. That really gets me. That really irks me. Why can't they just use now, granted, not all tribute acts dress and look like the bands.
Right.
But when we do our Rat Pack shows, we don't look nothing like them, but we put our pictures. And now when you see tribute to Tom Petty, you see Tom Petty. No, he's passed away, but still, that bothers me.
You know what bothers me more, though, is when a tribute band puts an advertisement out and uses the actual band's recording. And I've seen that numerous times. Nope, that's not you. Do what you do. I don't care. If you're not perfect, fine. But don't put the national band's recording up to advertise it. You know, just be you. And I don't care about tribute bands. I think they're great. And I think they have They have done so well in our area. We are not a tribute band, nor will we be a tribute band. There's already, there's a couple heart bands already out there. There's not a lot. I like doing our variety. I like having that, and there's always going to be a place for that. I think tribute bands are great. I personally, I think it's better to mix a couple together in a show versus all night long. And I know that I'm not wrong about that, because some tribute bands, all of a sudden, they start adding other artists.
Well, that's
So,
right. Look. To me, I'm proud to say we were probably one of the very first tribute acts. Was Moe's Dream Police with Cheap Trick Tribute. At the time, not many people were doing it. And Fairweather was doing Genesis. I think Infinity just started doing Journey. And if you're a Cheap Trick fan and you're doing 3 hours, you have to be a diehard Cheap Trick fan, because they only have 4 hits.
right.
So you have to sit for 4 hours. So we had to start doing some other artists as well. So I know what you're saying. It's got to be crazy. Another great singer, Stella Ramundi, is watching today. Hi, Stella. How you doing? Jillian,
Hi,
Nina, how you doing? There you go, guys. Ryan Lewis hanging and banging. Robert Frank says hello. Hi, Lisa. Anthony Michael. Yeah, Youngblood, bring back rock and roll. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. All right, let's talk about some other things here. 27. When is the cutoff age when to stop supporting your kids financially wise in general? Is there a certain age? Yeah, financially. When does okay, because I remember when I was 18, 19, my dad kicked me out and said, get your own job, and that was it. So now they're saying 27 is the cutoff. Does that make sense to you?
No, I mean, my father told me when I graduated. So I go to a college prep school, and he says to me, oh, well, what you should do is you should get a job so you can afford a car to drive yourself to college. I was like, okay, thanks. And then I had to take out a student loan and a credit card to pay for college at Triton, because that wasn't paid for if you lived in Galewood. I mean, it just wasn't paid for. My dad was a city worker. He was like, yeah, get a job. So, I don't support my kids. To me, if you move out of the house, you're done. Like, if you move out, you're done. So you want to move out at 18, please get off my cell phone.
Well, Lisa, you bring Italian and brought up a lot of times we don't, our parents don't want to kick us out of the house. They want to keep us there.
I want to keep them there.
Right?
I want to keep them there. I mean, my kids stayed home until they got married. So I still have 2 here at home. And then Anthony is my special needs one. So he moved out, and I always have to support him. So
absolutely. But 27 though, wow, 27. It's like that is okay. So Dennis from Lake Geneva says when they inherit your money when you're dead. So that's when you should. So just give them your money after you die. Is that what you're saying? Okay, Dennis, love your sense of humor, brother. Dick Sayed, Alderman Dick Sayed of Niles Des Plaines is watching today. Dick, see you tonight. We got another great singer, Louis Pipes, is watching. Danny Ramundi, great saxophone player. See you, Danny, Saturday. Yeah, so that's interesting. Very interesting. But here, when you talk about money,
when you grew up, you weren't supported, I'm sure. I mean,
I was working 13, 14 years old. I was out there. I bought my first car on a credit card. My dad made me take a credit card out and bought a Chrysler Cordoba when I was 18 years old, and I had to pay it off.
I had a Plymouth Champ, and it was stick shift, and my dad drove me to go buy it. It was $2,000, and I didn't know how to drive stick shift, and it was in Downers Grove, and we lived in Chicago. And I drove it home not knowing how to drive stick shift. So I left the dealership at 8 o'clock at night, and I got home at 11. I killed it like all the way down Ogden Avenue. Like every stop.
You can't make this shit up, folks. Lisa Marie from Reckless. You can't make this shit up. And we're talking about money. Chris Tucker, comedian, actor. I know he was big years ago, but I didn't realize he was worth $20 million. But when his family found out, that Chris Tucker's family found out he was making $20 million, they all quit their jobs.
Wouldn't you? I would have moved in. Totally.
$20. And Quentin Tarantino won't, he's worth $120 million, won't give a red cent to his mother because his mother said his movies were shit. This is his mom we're talking about, Lisa. Even though we're Italian and we can hold grudges, and I get that, but come on, your own mom.
You can hold grudges better than anybody.
Yes. Yeah. Us and the Jewish people, we know how to hold a real good grudge. We're like brutal. Just crazy.
I used to love our neighborhood. You didn't talk to somebody unless somebody else from outside came in, and then all of a sudden you were their buddy. If they tried to go after somebody, the girls group, I'm mad at you. I'm not talking to you either. I'm not talking to you. And then all of a sudden, Melrose Park girl comes in, and you're like, okay, now we're talking to each other.
Oh yeah. That whole Elmwood Park, Grand Avenue, Grand and Ogden, Melrose Park, always that jealousy. Oh my God, it was brutal to go back to those days. Would you go back, Lisa? If you went back, would you go back? What would you do different if you went back to when you were younger? Now, knowing what you know now.
I don't even know. Probably. I don't think anything. I don't think there's anything I would have done differently. The only thing I miss is I miss the Italian neighborhood a lot.
Yeah.
Probably would have spent more time with my grandmother that I didn't.
Yeah.
Much.
Very cool.
But there's nothing I would do differently. I liked the education I got. I liked where I went to school. I liked all my friends. I still see all my friends. So I just did a wedding from somebody from high school. So
that's pretty cool. And you know what? As being a singer, a front man, as long as you've been doing this, it had to be, and I ask this mostly to women and even men too, I ask, it's got to be hard to date before you're married or before you're not married, but it's got to be hard. You have to have a partner that really fucking trusts you or whatever, right? Because you're out in that nightclub all the time, people all around you all the time. Well, did you find that difficult growing up when you started in the business?
No, not at all. No, not at all. I mean, I just, I don't know. I mean, I kind of early on just followed bands more than did anything, and really didn't start. Reckless is 18 years old this year. So, and then I was in another band before that. They're still playing. And I don't think so. I mean, I think that my husband doesn't have, he doesn't ever say a word. Like, he knows. I think they just, I mean, he's at most of the shows. He comes there. He runs the bar tab up for everybody. So.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's what they're supposed to do. Absolutely. Lisa Marie from Reckless. Lisa, what are you thinking right now about the government shutdown?
Oh, my God.
As we're speaking right now, 65% of Democrats disapprove of the shutdown with the government. I know we're not supposed to. So what's your take on it?
It has nothing to do with the government. It has nothing to do with anything. It has to do with all personal issues. It's personal issues. I don't care what you say. I mean, I told somebody yesterday, the whole Pritzker thing. Him and Trump built a hotel in New York together. They built a hotel years and years ago together. And JD built another hotel right down the block by himself just to make Trump fail, because there was already a problem when they did this project together. So Trump sued him. And that's where this is all coming from. Like
Trump won, and he still got it in for the president of the United States.
And then you've got all of his buddies you know, when you see people that are turning and agreeing with opening up the government that are Democrats, that says it right there. I mean, they've got to put the personal stuff aside. They really have to think of all the people. There's people out there working. How do you not care that the Army and the Navy and any of our military aren't getting a paycheck? How do you just not care about that? And again,
I agree with you.
It doesn't mean it agrees with any policy, but one of the things that was brought up to me recently was that Trump blocked the funding for Illinois, but they got it wrong in the way that they blocked the funding because he's asked that the funding goes in a certain direction. He doesn't want it going to somebody who's able-bodied to work. So if somebody's able-bodied, they shouldn't be getting funding because they decide that they can't get a job or whatever. Because what's interesting is I have a child with special needs, and I am on, he's on the receiving end of the funding. So I see what's going on and why they're doing it. They need more money to go to these people. They need it to mental health. They need it to go to the veterans. And what's happening is it's going to people who are not deserving of it. So all he said was, block this until SNAP is not going to go to people who actually have money. I was in line behind a SNAP girl with her and her boyfriend. The register lady was so mad because he was buying all the garbage and the beer, and then she was pregnant and was buying the stuff from SNAP. And the lady says to me, they don't get married because she'll lose the SNAP otherwise.
Wow.
So she stayed, and she's pregnant. And I said, well, that's so wrong. Like, you're spending money that should be going to somebody that really needs it. And I'm all for it. If you're pregnant, you're a new baby and you need help, great. You should get money.
Right.
Someone comes to our country illegally. So I went to Hinsdale the other day to the food pantry to drop off food that someone was donating. And I got in line behind a woman. She was foreign. She was in a brand new 500 Mercedes, brand new, and she picked up stuff for herself. And she was not legal. And she filled her Mercedes up with her groceries and left. And I just looked at that and I was like, how is she getting that? And another person said, well, she claims that she doesn't have any money. I said, okay.
It's a system. It's a system that's screwing everybody up, and you're absolutely right. They should put money towards mental health and for our veterans, and they choose not to. I agree with you 100%. But we're talking about, especially not supposed to talk about politics. But let me ask you something: if Donald Trump was not if Donald Trump was not president of the United States, representing the Republican Party, and there was another Republican president, would it be this much chaos, you believe?
No.
Because there's a lot of people that just hate him. It would be a completely different world, correct?
Yeah, they just hate him. I mean, they just hate him. And I get it. There's a lot of people, I don't know. I mean, there's not many of the politicians that I like. I mean, I don't hate them, but they all have histories. They all have a background. They have all got, baggage behind them. I mean, if you go digging, there's tons of it back there. So I don't know. I don't know what the real hatred is for each individual of them. There's something more. There's more to it. I don't know what it is, but there's more to it.
We'll never know that. But you know what, Dennis from Lake Geneva, you made a good point. Government officials' paycheck need to stop. Here's a perfect example: government shutdown. Pfizer is going to almost lay off 200 workers because of this shutdown.
Yep.
The Boyd says Trump lost trust through all his shenanigans, but then you can say that about Obama and Clinton and Biden for sure, who had no clue where he was. So,
I mean, how much shenanigans did the Kennedys?
It's all of them. It's all the presidents. All the presidents.
I don't know what it is. There's something. The shenanigans was across the board. I don't care which president you talk about.
Correct.
You know, there's just something, and um, I feel as Chicago, I feel that we're being used a little bit like pawns in an argument. Like I think there's an argument, and I think we're being used. You know, I
I
have a
agree
lot
with
of
you.
friends all over the place. My son's home, everybody that work at his home is from the South Side. They are not happy with where they live. They hate it, every bit of it. You know.
It's just crazy, and I agree with you 100%. And we're never going to know the whole reason behind everything about this. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Lisa Marie from Reckless is in the house. I want to say hello to Felix Greco, another singer. Double T, Tony Toto, Ronnie B. A lot of people, a lot of musicians watching today, which is cool. This is Ocean's Pit. New Zealand right now is building up a case, 678,000 counts against Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Oh my God.
They want to put this guy down. We talked briefly about what we thought, and I will say it. If you don't want to, I can understand. I'll say it. There's something in these shots that the government made us take. I truly believe that. I don't know what's in it, but there's something that's not right, in my opinion.
Well, as a nurse, and a family that's in healthcare, my whole family is, we've lost a lot of patients that we shouldn't have lost. Cancers that, you know, I worked in oncology for years, and cancers didn't come back like this, and they're coming and they come back with almost vengeance. Like, we're seeing people that were in remission, and all of a sudden it's everywhere all of a sudden. And I just find that really strange. We've had a lot of patients that they were cured and they passed away. So, and all at the same time, like all within the last 2 years, it's been very odd, like just odd. And then there's a funeral director that's
And you're in the medical field, so you see this stuff all the time.
Yeah, I find it odd. I find the heart conditions. So cardiomyopathy was not something that you really saw regularly in anybody younger. I mean, you saw it later on, just for different reasons. You know, you could have, you know, it's cardiomyopathy is like muscular dystrophy of the heart. It's basically a weak heart muscle. So you can see it from obesity, from diabetes, from, you know, if somebody has asthma and they had it for years and years. So that kind of takes a little time to build. Us seeing it in 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds is just, that's like just odd. Like, why is that? And then a friend of mine is a funeral director. He had asked me about patients and cardiac stuff today, and he says, well, I have a question. This was a couple of years ago when it started. He started seeing changes. He says, I'm having a hard time embalming people. And I says, what do you mean? He goes, I'm having a hard time. Their vessels are all clogged, and I've never had this. And he goes, I just had a client that I couldn't embalm at all. He goes, there was all these strings in their vessels. And he says, I pulled them out, and he goes, I just never saw anything like this. And so it's I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
well, we don't know, and that's a scary part. And Buddy, great seeing you last night. Buddy, have you heard anything about memory loss?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's been many people. They're showing that the dementia in people, you know, they call it dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever, but there's a slowing for sure. And I'm not sure, is that just the blood flow situation? Is that what he's seeing on the end of a funeral director? Is he seeing this in the clogged arteries? Is that what's causing this slow, you know, to think, and this memory loss? There's just, I don't know. And I know that they've talked about these string clots that they've talked about, finding
yes, the blood clots. Yes.
You know, so I just find the timing odd. So let's not blame anything. Let's just, here, as a nurse, I'm a little bit unusual about things. I always say to people, look at things with a wide angle lens, not a narrow. So when you look at it with a wide angle lens, you say, wow, so this one all have these clots, and wow, it's all in the same year. And wait, what else happened? So the wide angle lens, you take in everything that's happened around the person. What different here? What's changed? What have you done that you didn't do before? And if you look at that, the fingers all point in one direction. I mean,
Yeah.
it
I mean,
kind of,
there's a lot there to take in, and you people can do your own research and stuff like that and try to stuff. But there's been a lot of weird stuff happening, and I agree with you in the last few years. Boyd, ask a question to Lisa. Lisa, did Reckless have a drummer named Kevin Wagner in the band?
no. One
No,
drummer.
Boyd,
He's a
no drummer named Kevin Wagner. Okay, there's your question there, Boyd. All right, so wow, this is crazy. Oh, we a couple other people. Let's talk real fast. They just lost the great Tommy Price, one of the best rock and roll drummers. Was with Joan Jett, Billy Idol. He just passed away. Also, Ed Gale. You might remember Ed Gale. Might not remember the name. He played Howard the Duck in the movies, and he played Chucky in the movies. So Ed Gale dies at the age of 61 years old. Mike Greenwald, of course, of the Boston Red Sox, just passed away himself. And we just heard also about John Lodge, one of the original members of the Moody Blues, has passed away too. Gene Simmons got in a car wreck, him and his wife, but I guess they're doing okay. Of course, Gene Simmons of KISS. Loyola University, Sister Jean just passed away, Lisa. She just retired. She's 106 years old, and she just dropped dead. So the question is, why is it people dying the minute they retire? They're never going to get that Social Security. They're never going to get that money. Do you see that happening more once people retire? They're just dropping.
Yep.
Now, she's 104, mind you.
I say never.
She's 104.
Never quit. Well, she was 104, so we kind of got to give her an excuse to go. So, I mean,
yes.
I'm 104. I actually just went to a birthday. You remember Frankie Time? The guy that played Frankie Time. Oh my God, what was the last name? Begins with an N. Oh my God, he used to play the big organ for this. He played, I think, for the Hawks.
Okay, I'm not sure, but I remember the person. Yeah, what you went? You went to a wake?
Went to his sister-in-law's 100th birthday party. So.
Oh, okay.
Perfectly fine. She's doing great. So
I'm going to tell you, I got people that come to my gigs 4 or 5 nights a week. They're late 70s, some early 80s. They're out dancing. They're out drinking. They're out all the time. And they're having a good time, which is important. You got Lisa Marie here from Reckless. That's a great question. Erica, how you doing, Erica? Erica, when is Reckless playing next? Where are you guys going to be at?
Actually, I'm playing tomorrow at Johnny Cab.
Where are you at tomorrow?
Johnny Cab's in Burr Ridge.
Burr Ridge, great place, folks. Great stage. Check out Reckless tomorrow at Johnny Cabs, and go make sure you see my friend Lisa Marie. Bad Bunny was supposed to do the Super Bowl. Now, we've talked about this. There hasn't been a rock and roll band doing halftime in about 16 years. Jay-Z books the entertainment for halftime, so that kind of probably tells you what it is.
Yeah.
But Bad Bunny was supposed to do it. Now, I hear rumors that he's backed out because he's afraid of deportation threats and ICE coming to the Super Bowl and doing all that. But do you know that I found out that Bad Bunny is a U.S. citizen?
Right, he's from Puerto Rico.
He is a U.S.
What's he afraid of?
What happened?
He's from Puerto.
What happened?
I mean, isn't Puerto Rico part of us?
Yes, it's part of us. That's right.
Why would he get?
But he got some slack during the Yankees game. They showed the national anthem, and he chose not to stand up.
Now
they got you on live television. You sat there like this. You're a United States citizen. You still sat there. You make your money from the United States of America, where you make your money, and you cannot even get up If you don't want to do it for the country, do it for the veterans. Do it for everybody else. But God damn it.
Well, I hope they put Metallica in. So there's a lot.
They got to do something. They got to do something, folks. Happy 100-year anniversary to the Arcada Theater. Ron Onesti and the boys. 100 years, the Arcada Theater, man.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Pretty place.
Yeah. What happened?
It's a pretty place, Arcada. Such a nice place.
It is. And the Displays is nice too. Very cool. And speaking of the Arcada, the Displays Theater, my show, Tony Ocean and Friends, some new friends, is going to happen November 9th at the Arcada Theater, folks. I mean, at the Displays Theater. Tickets went on sale today at 10 o'clock. It's going to happen Sunday, November 9th, 3 o'clock show, folks. And the lineup is Louis Pipes, Lisa P. Besides my regular band, Danny Ramundi, Daryl Armistad, Tony Toto, the band, we got Lisa P., we got Joe Catafio, we got Louis Pipes, we got Ronnie B, we got Stephanie Lemon-Brigner, we got Christian Knievel, we got John Guarini, and we got Jenny and Pardo. Part one. This will be the first one. We're going to do one next year. Maybe I can get Lisa to join us on that. Tickets on sale today, 10 o'clock, November 9th. Tony Ocean and Friends at the Displays Theater. Also on the 15th, next Wednesday will be at Big Sammy's in Plainfield. Next Thursday will be at Capri, Osteria Capri in Downers Grove with Lisa P. Next Saturday will be at Taslin Theater in Spring Green, Wisconsin. That show is sold out. The 19th will be at the Speakeasy. 23rd will be at Positano's in Oak Brook. 25th, Taverna on Division. And the 30th will be at the Village Pub in North Riverside. Man, the hours just go by so fast. And Lisa, you're just great to have on the air. We do appreciate it. We got some more stuff here. Hold on here with a couple minutes left. Couple stories here. Woman hunted down 10 Mexican cartel members that kidnapped her daughter and got revenge.
Oh my God.
Lisa, you're Italian. If someone comes after your family, case closed.
That's case closed.
Case closed. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it.
You can hear the footsteps. You can hear the footsteps of me chasing after him.
Yeah, you can hear them. Absolutely. Someone talks about eating habits. Listen to this. Interesting. These are 10 foods you're eating at the wrong time. I never heard about this. Bananas. Never eat a banana on an empty stomach. Number one. Apples. Best to eat them in the morning. Coffee. It's not right after walking. Yogurt. Avoid early morning. Rice. Skip at dinner. Milk. Better at night. I don't know. These 1 minute they tell you that. 1 minute they'll tell you that this is good, this is bad. It's just crazy. Here's some facts. Your body is weakest at 3 to 4. We just lost Lisa again. Just like we lost Lisa. If we can get her back on again. Lisa Marie from Reckless is just kind of. We just lost her here, folks. So hopefully we'll get her back on. If not, we want to thank Lisa Marie for being on the show. And don't forget to check out Reckless at Johnny Cab's this Saturday. They'll be there tomorrow. That's tomorrow. That's right. Lisa Marie. Just looked like we lost her. Philosophy facts here, folks. Your body is weakest at 3 to 4 a.m. This is time when most people die in their sleep. I did not know that. You look like 7 other people in the world, and you probably never met them. Wow. And being forgetful is a sign of high intelligence. Ooh, remember that one. Well, we're going to be talking, Dennis. We'll be coming to Lake Geneva soon. We'll be talking to Kevin at the Getaway. We're going to be at Mars for sure. We're talking about some other places, but we'll be announcing those dates. What is ICE going to do at the Super Bowl? None of these immigrants could afford a ticket at the Super Bowl to stand in the parking lot. Maybe some of the band members, maybe some of the dancers. Who knows what they're going to get? I don't know if he's going to be at the Super Bowl. They said he was, but he wasn't. I don't know, folks. Also, we lost Lisa Marie. She was on the show, folks, and we lost her connection. But again, thank you, Lisa. Wait, she's back here. We're going to get her back on to say we got her back on here for a couple seconds. Let's see. Lisa, thank you for being on, honey. That's okay. We just wanted to make sure that But we wanted to thank you for having us, and don't forget to check out Reckless. Where do they find you? Facebook? What's your website? What's it called?
Reckless Chicago at Facebook, Reckless Chicago at Instagram, and then we're at recklessrocks.com. So
there you go. And tomorrow should be at Johnny Cabs in Burr Ridge. Where else are you at after tomorrow night?
I'm at on November 1st, I'm at Bailey Doyle in Downers Grove. And then Heroes West, I am there on the 13th of December. And then back at Johnny Cabs.
Yeah, we're going to be there for the first time.
Huh?
Back again at Johnny Cabs again? Okay.
You're
back at Johnny Cabs. Heroes West is a nice place. We're going to be there in February.
Oh,
I've never been there. Nice place.
Big room. It's a big room. It's really nice.
Big room.
Yep. It's a nice stage. Really
very, very cool.
Sound. Yeah, it's a good place. Yeah, you'll be
very cool.
Great.
We just did. We're going back to that Austin fuel room in Libertyville. We've sold that out. Wow, what a great place. That's nice.
Love that.
That's a great place. And then for my birthday, the 28th of December, will be Tony Ocean birthday bash at Jay on the south side of Chicago. That's going to be a lot of fun on the 27th of December. But make sure you see my friend Lisa Marie at Reckless. Lisa, just stay on the show till we go. We got birthdays real fast.
Thank you.
Fast for Friday, October 10th. What a great drummer, Chicago. Anthony Napolitano from our gang celebrating a birthday today. Donald Plenis, great British actor. Val Kilmer, 66 years old. Let's see. Oh, Annabella Sicardo from The Sopranos, 65 years old. Ricky Phillips, great bass player for the band The Babies, of course. And then now he's with Styx. Ricky Phillips. San Martino celebrating a coup. John Cougar Mellencamp, 74. Mel celebrating. Chevy Chase is 82. Johnny Ramone, one of my favorite bands, celebrating a birthday. Of course, he's this anymore. Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee, and Bruno Mars turns years old today. Tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Tomorrow, Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy, Oshows.com. Sunday we'll be at the Stephen Deacon Church in Tinley Park. Sold out Rat Pack show. That's a 3:00 show on Sunday. Guys, want to thank our good friends, of course, from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Don't forget to download the Ace app. All new Ace app downloads receive a tip on just for downloading the app. Our friends from Ace Hardware, Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, Fox River Grove, Mesa, Arizona, and Richmond, Illinois. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. And my good friend Wendy and Craig from Imperialux, becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Craig Conklin help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today with Imperialux. Call Wendy at 630-890-1213. And my sister Natalie's Mama D breads, pumpkin, apple spice, caramel, etc. $11 a piece, $6 for mini, 2 for $10. Call Natalie Bosch at 847-533-0400. Get them for stocking stuffers. Lisa Marie, thank you so much. Give my best to Anthony and the rest of the boys and your family, and we'll see you soon. Guys, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment, and just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Just be kind to everybody, folks. It's a crazy world. Ringo Starr says, peace and love. Nick Sahajas, the piano man out. Bye-bye, everybody. Be back on Monday. Happy Columbus Day.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody.